Make America great again.
Oh man, I gotta say, Hulk Hogan did amazing at the RNC. Brought back so many childhood memories for me personally, and I'm sure for a lot of Americans watching. And he gave an amazing pre-speech interview with Fox News that I'm gonna show you guys, when he talks about what happened for him to even be there. And gotta say, proud American moment.
See the colors waving high, red, white, blue up in the sky.
Crowd behind you. You're going to speak to him.
I can't wait. This is going to be like body slamming the giant at WrestleMania.
What brought you out here? Why are you here?
Well, Brett, I got tired of remaining silent. I sat back and watched the borders collapse. I watched the economy collapse. I watched the price of gas, the price of food, everything just do an upside down flip. And when they took a shot at my hero, Donald Trump, I realized that I couldn't be silent anymore. I had to step up. I had to be a real American, just like all these real Americans here in Donald Trump. I have a voice too, and I want people to know it's time to talk. It's time not to be silent anymore.
I saw your post.
It was great hearing him speak and actually give a good reason, because we all know the left-wing media and a lot of Democrats who are, hold true to the same behavior. No matter what happens, these people always try to paint a picture that people are just blindly supporting Donald Trump and that it's a cult. But he gave the reasons. He talked about the border. He talked about gas prices. He talked about even them trying to unalive, and that to me right there gives so much credence to why he's supporting him and why he had to show up to speak. And as a matter of fact, we're going to actually cut to the clip of some of the highlights from his speech, and we'll go from there.
Be great again. When I look out and I see all the real Americans, I think about how Donald Trump, his family was compromised. When I look out there and I see Donald Trump, I think about how his business was compromised. But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. And I said, let TrumpaMania run wild, brother. Let TrumpaMania rule again. Let TrumpaMania make America great again. Taste. My name is Terry Bollea. And as an entertainer, I love you too. And as an entertainer, I tried to stay out of politics. But after everything that's happened to our country over the past 4 years and everything that happened last weekend, I can no longer stay silent. I'm here tonight because I want the world to know that Donald Trump is a real American hero. And I'm proud to support my hero as the next president of this United States. Guys, I've known Donald Trump for over 35 years. Hold on a second, hold on. I just had a flashback. Man. This is really tripping. The last time I was up on stage, Donald Trump was sitting at ringside at the Trump Plaza. I was bleeding like a pig, and I won the world title right in front of Donald J. Trump. And you know something? He's going to win in November, and we're all going to be champions again when he wins.
As you can see, he was very fired up, very ready to tackle You know, anybody who opposed, you can tell that he's thought about this. This is not something that, you know, he could sit out any longer. So it was very, you know, fun to see him in character, but then also flip into the man behind the character to show that it wasn't just a performance, but that it was something that holds true to his heart. You know, someone who is a very supportive father, as we've seen. You know, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember his reality show, but, you know, he's a father of a daughter and a son. That guy is always there for his family, so you can only imagine how he feels that they're inheriting a country that is, call it for what it is, falling apart. So next we're going to go into a clip from MSNBC. Let's see how the Democrats are doing in terms of Joe Biden. From what I'm seeing on social media, on X, he's refusing to step down, but there's people who are in support of him refusing. But, you know, certain colleagues of his are not okay with this whole idea of him trying to follow through and actually run for president. So we'll see how this actually turns out. Check this clip out.
I want to bring in Democratic Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren of California, among 32 congressional Democrats now calling for President Biden to exit the race. I really appreciate you coming on the program. I know that you made this decision public just a very short time ago. Why come out publicly now?
Well, I think from the data, it's pretty clear, as I said in the letter, that the president is on a trajectory to not prevailing in the election. And I think it's telling that members of the January 6th committee, myself, Adam Schiff, Jamie Raskin, have all suggested that he step aside and that we get another candidate who can beat Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a threat to America and the world. He cannot be elected.
They absolutely want Joe Biden to step down, and he's fighting against it, and so are some of his supporters. Are, you know, right now on Twitter, what was trending was hashtag hold the line. So there's some people out here that do want to see him actually fulfill his promise to run for president, to be the 47th president of the United States. And I do question their, you know, sanity, to be honest, or their eyes, to not want to admit that this man cannot possibly go any further, and especially for another 4 years, is insane. And it's hard to lie at this point. This man has confused his own wife with someone else with clearly different hair color. That's a sign, and it's actually abuse at this moment. But I'm sure that the plot is to hope for maybe VP Kamala Harris to step up. I think that's the obvious game plan that they're going with. And if so, be honest, just let her run from the beginning. Don't use him as a, you know, puppet to get to the election and hope he can win. And if people are having doubts about him, they're not going to want to use Kamala to be the main person on the actual ticket for the Democratic Party. And that's where a lot of the riff is going on behind the scenes, is that most of the colleagues want to just get entirely new people to run because they know in their hearts that these two people cannot win. But the question I have is, who could possibly replace these two people? But thank you for listening, guys. That's enough of my 2 cents. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. Thank you.
See the colors waving high.